Watch out.
Get it. Come on. Hey, get police! Hands! Kick it. Kick it.
Imagine it's a hot, sultry August day in 2020, and you meet this great-looking guy online, and he turns out to be the real deal. He doesn't catfish you, you meet him in person, and he is an actual Seattle Seahawks NFL professional football player. He's nearly 7 feet tall, and he's more than 300 pounds. He's a lineman, and then you start dating. Things go pretty well as you spend your first holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, dating. 6 months roll by without incident. Then all of a sudden, one day, towards the end of January in 2021, he starts having a bit of an off day. This is a guy, a football player, known for his long, luxurious locks, real locks, not like these, but real hair grows out of his head. He's known for it. It's his signature. But that same Friday, he shaves all of his hair off. He seems to be spiraling out, and you don't really know what's wrong. You go to your apartment, you meet him there, you plan to have a nice dinner with him, your boyfriend of 6 months, and try and talk to him about what's wrong. You guys have a conversation about you not being pregnant, and for some reason, all of a sudden, he wants you to bow down to him as if he's God or Jesus. So you're confused at his shift in behavior. You start crying and asking him what he means, and all of a sudden, he snaps and starts strangling you until you lose consciousness. He starts placing his hands in your throat and causing all sorts of injuries. When you come to, you see that he's casually talking to his dad on the phone, and he's just drinking a smoothie, looking at you and saying, "Oh, you're still alive?" So he strangles you again. Surreptitiously, you're able to text 911 and call them because you're afraid that he may have heard you speaking with the 911 operator. So you start texting 911, and you text family and friends photos of your injuries. You lock yourself in the bathroom, but he's picking the locks and he's coming in there. This is the situation that Alleah Taylor faced when confronted with her boyfriend, Chad Wheeler, who used to be with the Seattle Seahawks until one night when he flipped out on his girlfriend of 6 months, nearly broke her arm, nearly took her off this earth. Thankfully, the great cops out there in Washington State were able to hear the ruckus and hear Alleah's pleas to save her life, and they kicked down the front door of her apartment and the bathroom door where Chad Wheeler had her basically held against her will. It was Friday, January 2nd, 2021. As you can see or might remember, I've been following this case for nearly 2 years, waiting to see the fate of Chad Wheeler as he sits in his luxury house arrest locations. Has thus far, despite the events of that night, he has thus far pled not guilty. The city of Kent sent me exactly 21 body cam footage videos from that night. And boy, I've been waiting for these, and some of them are pretty harrowing. I'm about to play some of them for you. After I play those body cam videos, I'm going to play a video I made about the case 2 years ago, because that's how long this case keeps getting delayed and delayed and delayed. And we hope justice delayed is not justice denied in this case. And this wasn't the first incident where Chad has been violent around a woman. Chad was detained in 2015. He attended the University of Southern California in Los Angeles. While he was in college, December 19th, 2015, he was detained. Allegedly, he was punching walls and windows, possibly under the influence of drugs or alcohol. And as you'll hear in these body cam footage videos, Chad is going to speak about being diagnosed with a bipolar condition. Now, even though cops sent me 21 body cam footage videos, I'm only going to show about 10 of them, and I've synced them up. Thank God for Final Cut Pro 10, syncing them up and chopping them up so you can hear all the audio, but the visuals may look different. There's so many cops that responded to this scene. It took apparently 3 cops in that bathroom with Chad, they called it a little ripe in there, to even subdue him. He was apparently in the tub. We're not going to see all the visuals, unfortunately, because there's some kind of law in Washington state about filming inside residences, so I did the best I could to show you the action going on. There are plenty of redactions, especially because of that Washington rule about filming inside of residences. To say that Chad resisted arrest in this situation is an understatement. Cops had to tase him. I mean, they're doing everything to subdue this man. He's used to hard hits and tackles and getting people off of him and being in a pileup. So imagine the hard way to go he gave those cops. Chad had the nerve to ask the cops, "Why are you doing this?" You can hear from the audio he's in the tub, and they give him chance after chance after chance to comply. Eventually, they have to hobble him. Apparently, they probably get cuffs on him or zip ties or something, and they even get something apparently around his ankles. Eventually, they sweet talk him enough into calming down so they can take the restraints off his ankles so they can walk him out of there. They didn't want to carry a 315-pound man all the way out of the apartment you'll see along the little walkway and up some stairs to put him in. They literally call for a bus, and I don't mean an ambulance. Of course, the victim, Alleah, goes off in an ambulance. Chad goes off in a literal police bus, which you'll see at the end of the body cam footage. What I'm holding back is the footage of the victim. Her injuries are horrific. You've probably perhaps seen some of them online. Thankfully, she's gone on to start recovering over the past couple of years, still waiting for justice, still fearing the fact that Chad was not put in jail. He was allowed to, of course, be released, go on house arrest. He's monkeying around with his GPS devices over the past couple of years. He was still in the state of Washington. He was at this luxurious farm. This guy has kind of had it easy. At this point, he was off his meds. I don't believe that should preclude any of his victims from getting justice. I don't know what happened in that 2015 incident and if it involved the mother of his child. As you'll hear me go over at the end of this video, more details about that previous case and even details about this case with Alleah. Alleah is the girlfriend who is the victim in this most recent case. The 2015 victim, they talk about a female friend and her little baby. I don't know if that's Chad's baby, because in this body footage I'm about to play, Chad does tell cops about his son. Initially, you'll hear him screaming out to Alleah, "Alleah, please, I love you, I love you." The cops are saying, "Quit fighting, shut up." Pretty soon, just seconds after calling out Alleah, he starts calling for a woman named Sophia. He explains that he was in a 5-year relationship with Sophia. I don't know who Sophia is, but he goes pretty quickly from calling out Alleah to Sophia. He talks about just getting out of the relationship with her. I wonder if that relationship was marred with the same type of violence or not. But something triggered Chad and he lost his mind. The cops are saying, "Look, quit trying to slip your feet out of those restraints, Chad. I will break your ankles." And then they go on to talking about steak and lobster. It takes some time to subdue him, to have the paramedics check out Chad. In the meantime, Alleah is at the ambulance with her family. Her dad is there. Her dad is ready to do away with Chad. Let me tell you, other parts which I'm not going to play. I don't want to trigger the victim nor any other victims of DV. It's just some stuff is too violent, too injurious, too personal, and maybe just needs to be seen in court, which I hope it is. As for on YouTube, I don't know about that, so I left all of that out. The point is not to embarrass any victim or trigger any victims. The point is to get justice. I don't want this case buried in all of this red tape. I thank the Lord I finally got these body cam videos. Initially, they wanted $600 for them. TMZ Sports maybe came up with the $600, so thankfully the city of Kent sent me the videos finally. On TMZ, we've only seen snippets. I want you to see the full 38 minutes or so of action that features cops kicking in the door, subduing Chad, calming him down. getting his vitals and finally getting him out of that apartment. He talks about his son, he talks about USC, he talks about being hungry, he talks about his wrist hurting. Now, of course, they had to check his vitals, but mind you, this is a man who nearly took Alleah off this earth. By the grace of God, she didn't expire, but the photos of her all bloodied and injury, one cop said she looked like a zombie, just so messed up, from his hand. So the body cam footage is pretty dramatic, even if it's redacted. For now, I hope jurors get to see all of it, the real deal, so they can met out the appropriate punishment. There's been a bit of controversy online based on whether or not Chad has been handled with kid gloves because he was a Seattle Seahawks player. And some cops maybe seem a little enamored with him, maybe not. They're just aware of the situation that he's a Seahawks player. That's why they say, well, the media might be here at any point because this guy is semi-famous. So you'll hear everything from Chad calling out, Alleah, I love you, you're my soulmate, to switching to calling for his ex-girlfriend, Sophia. He claims he never put his hands on a woman in his life. He never hurt anyone. Please, please. And you can hear one of the cops saying, I doubt that very much. So in the end, when I originally covered this case, I saw how the charges kept getting lessened. Apparently, according to TMZ, Chad has gotten hit with at least 3 criminal charges, including first-degree DV assault. He can face anywhere from 8 to 12 years in prison over this. They keep pushing back his court date. I've watched it over the past 2 years get pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. As of today, which is Monday, February 6th, Chad has a trial date of March 27th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. Assault 1, bodily harm, resisting arrest. So Chad has blamed his actions on a manic episode, but you'll see that Alleah has been fighting to keep Chad behind bars. She believed he should have been behind bars ever since this night. You know, some folks are. Some people are let out on bail, and with so many things going on, it can take a while for a person to make it to trial. And we do see other athletes acting crazy in body cam footage, but that's usually not necessarily within a home or under these circumstances. Sometimes we see videos leaked based on a person's inside indoor cameras or outdoor cameras. In this instance, it's body cam footage, and it's Washington State, so they have to uphold their laws. Over the years, Alleah was still getting her concussions checked. She has bolts and steel plates in her arms. Her arm was kind of just dislocated because Chad allegedly grabbed it when she was trying to get away. And imagine a 315-pound man grabbing a woman about 5'9", only 135 pounds or so, really slight, pulling her back to keep her near him. So check out the video. Some of it I've left out. You won't see the portions where Alleah just grabs onto a man who is her dad, and he is so angry. I've left off the witness interviews. There was another woman who called the cops. There were neighbors, and her dad is so angry. A fireman overheard them talking about something you could get out of the center console. I don't know if he meant a weapon, but Chad is a lucky guy that cops got a hold of him before Alleah's dad did. Alleah's dad was worried that cops would, treat him with kid gloves, not make him pay for what he did. And what you will see towards the end, you will see Chad's luxury Lowe's hotel where he was initially allowed to stay. And then he was allowed to stay in a beautiful apartment. And then where I believe he spent most of his house arrest time during my last check of his location, because he has to give his location on all this court paperwork. It's a $1 million plus farm. He's been experiencing the lap of luxury, and he's pleaded not guilty. Let's hope it doesn't go the way of O.J. Simpson. People are wondering why some football players get time in prison and some people have to await their time in jail, as they should if they've committed a DV assault, while other people are allowed to just kind of roam around not really necessarily electronically checked, because there have been reports of Chad's GPS monitoring not working as it should, which in essence means you're just kind of free. You're kind of free to almost take the life of this woman and kind of roam around until you finally have to face your day in court. You will see also towards the end, when I covered this case 2 years ago, how his girlfriend didn't want Chad hanging out in Washington State anywhere near her location, nor did she want him luxuriating in Hawaii, a trip that they were supposed to take together. So I'll let you watch this whole video, these portions, the main gist of it, of what went on that January day. And after that, I will play my previous video as an update to the case, since I had to remove that video previously from my channel to get back in the YouTube Partner Program. So now everything is kind of tidied together in one video. And please stay tuned for updates. We're praying for justice. We're praying that it sets a precedence. I do want Chad to get help. I don't know if it's CTE or if it is any other mental health episodes, but as folks who also suffer from certain mental health episodes say, they don't believe Chad shouldn't be able to blame this incidence of violence on any conditions that he may have. I want him to get treatment, I want him to get help, but I also want him to pay for what he did to Alleah and whatever happened in that initial incident, if that woman ever filed any charges or was it swept under the rug because he was a USC player. So now we have the USC incident, we have this Seattle Seahawks incident. We don't need a third incident. We don't need Chad to beat these charges, meet some other woman, and what will it take? Her losing her life in order for Chad to finally serve some serious prison time and get true help? I hope not. Please share this video far and wide. Justice for Alleah Taylor. Prayers for both of them. Prayers that they both can go on, be healed, live productive lives, but still get the help that is needed. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.
I'll say that's hers. It's her sister's car, yeah? The G202, or excuse me, the Chrysler. A-firm, it's gonna be that first bank of apartments. Copy. Watch out.
Get it. Come on. Hey, cat police!
Hey, cat police!
Hands! Kick it. Kick it.
Kick it! Hey! Hey, cat police! Hey! Hey! Show your fucking hands!
Put your fucking hands behind your back.
Hey, put your fucking hands behind your back!
All right. Hey!
Hey!
Hands behind your back, dude.
Hey, he's got one back.
Pull him out of there.
I got one hand.
Curl.
Let's
Back
pull him
up
out.
real quick.
Back up.
Curl. Back up real quick.
Okay.
Yep. Keep going. We gotta get some room.
I don't want to lose his hands. Oh,
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
You guys alright?
listen, if you don't comply with us, you're gonna get hurt.
All right.
Okay?
I'll
Pull
comply.
you out of the bathtub now. We're gonna put you in handcuffs.
Okay.
Okay.
You got his left arm?
yeah.
His leg.
I'm sorry, guys.
us out.
I'm trying to. All right.
Go face down.
Face down?
Yeah. Let's cuff him and then get him out.
Yeah. Face down. Get this arm behind your back. Hey, get this arm behind your back.
Let me get up for a second.
Don't.
Hey,
No.
don't fight. Listen.
Please. Why are you guys doing this?
Roll to your right.
Roll to
Roll to your right.
Put your face right here.
All right.
Roll to the right.
You're gonna roll over and tase you, okay?
Okay.
Roll over, put your hands behind your back.
Quit fucking tensing up. Loosen your arms.
Okay. Please don't shoot me. Okay.
Hey, don't fucking pull away.
Okay.
Hey, quit fucking pulling away.
Ow!
Knock it off. Quit fucking around.
Understand?
Yeah.
Roll the fuck over right now. Do it.
You understand?
Why?
Roll
Quit
over.
tensing up your arm.
Can we pull him out?
Yeah, we can.
Kurt, you need to back out. Okay.
Please. Oh.
Okay, listen to me. We're taking you out of the tub, okay?
All right.
Remember what I told you before? If you don't comply with this, you're going to get hurt. Do you understand? Okay. Get out of the tub. Get out.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Back up. Get out of here.
Hey. Quit resisting.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Got hands?
Be sorry. Just
Hey,
stop.
Curl, look out. Curl, look out. Put your hand back. Put your hand behind your back, dude. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back.
Let's go.
Oh, please stop. I'm sorry. Alleah. Please, I love you. Alleah. Alleah, I love you. Please, I swear I'll stop. I swear. I love you. You're my soulmate.
Quit resisting, dude.
Hey,
Alleah.
Stop resisting.
Alleah, please. Alleah, please, I love you.
there we go.
Alleah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I never mean it.
Just stand by.
Hang on. Hey, stay down.
You're good. Take this one off. Let's do it.
Hey.
Keep moving, dude.
Okay, I'm sorry,
this.
guys.
You good?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good? Stop moving, dude.
I'm sorry.
Hey, get that bag off.
Please, stop.
Hey, get that bag off that's on his chest.
I love you.
Just cut it.
Where's the?
Yeah, we need some.
Alleah.
Can we roll one way and I'll reach under?
I'll sorry. Hey,
Just take that.
let's just take the hobble. Hobble and we'll pull him out of here.
Hey, quit fucking fighting.
You're gonna get fucking tased if you don't knock this shit off right now. You understand me?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're gonna get it, you're gonna get the fuck out of you. So knock it the off.
Alleah. I'm sorry. Please.
Yeah.
Please, Alleah. I love you. Alleah. Please stop, Sophia. Please. I've never put hands on
Yeah.
my wife. Please. Please.
It's alright. I'm good.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Can we bring a car right up here?
Are we good? Yeah, let's go.
Take a breath.
I'm not seeing it.
Hey, quit tensing up.
Are we good?
Hey, quit tensing up.
We can ask fire for a minute.
Stop.
Please. I'm sorry. I'll do whatever you guys want.
No, they quit fighting.
Please stop.
Shut up. Salvatore, are you
I don't want
good?
to go to
Yeah,
Is he hobbled? Just so you know.
he's hobbled. He keeps on moving around.
Are we gonna get?
Sorry. I love you. Merry Christmas.
We need to make a path and let's get him out of here.
Yeah, we're getting a Mexican will carry him out.
No, please.
Are we dragging him to the open area?
Bring something in here.
I love you.
We'll carry him out.
Alleah. Please stop. Please, I'm sorry, guys. Please. Yeah. Please, okay, I'll close my eyes and listen. What do you want?
Hey,
I want you to shut up right now.
hey, listen to me. You need to be quiet. We're gonna be picking you up here in a minute and taking you out of the apartment. Okay?
Alright.
You're gonna go in the back of the police car. Are you hurt?
No.
All right. You're going to jail. You're under arrest.
Alright, that's right.
Good.
Yep. You guys good?
Okay. Which way do you want to take him?
Just wait till the mag mover gets
I'm
in there.
sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
We're just waiting right now, man.
All right, I got you.
You got that bag, Jason?
Cool.
Paying dividends already.
We will.
I'm sorry. Could I like get a hug or something?
Why don't we bring him out in the hallway right here?
Hey, let me
I'm sorry.
He's right here.
He's hobbled. Yeah, he.
One moment of aggression in my whole life. Please, sir.
I felt that very much.
Why don't we drag him
That
out
was
right
just
there?
one, please. I never heard
Hey, quit trying to. Hey, he slipped on one of his feet.
What's that?
I never heard anybody in my life.
Hey, quit. Hey, quit trying to slip your foot.
Don't slip your hobble, man.
All right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Quit moving your damn feet.
Okay.
Video come back there with
I'm sorry.
We're going to drag him out in a second. Let's see one back over there.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Cody, I'm gonna bring it straight up.
Hey, you keep on moving your feet or trying to slip this, I promise you I will snap your ankle. Do you understand?
All right. All right.
Now, this is.
All right.
Just ready?
Please don't hurt my ankle.
Drag him out straight back.
Where's his bag?
No, right now. Right. He's ready?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't do that before, so.
1, 2, 3, up.
Are you breathing here?
1, 2, 3.
Hey, sucks to see.
What? Should we get the, see if we can,
There's a rig right out front.
jail van? I mean, we're gonna have a little bit of weight, but
I just want to
trying
write.
to get him into the
I'm sorry.
jail van again, yeah.
One moment of
That might be a better idea.
I'm sorry. I just got out of a 5-year relationship with my girlfriend, Sophia.
65.
Hey, stop kicking your feet. Hey,
I'm sorry. I just got out of a 5-year relationship with Sophia Jimenez. I'm sorry there. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, Chad,
So as long as we can
listen to me, okay?
hold pressure on
So,
this.
what's gonna happen right now is you're going to jail, okay? There's nothing that we can do to change that. What I need from you is cooperation, okay?
The sister called back saying that Dad was en route leaving or I'm not sure what vehicle he's in.
let's.
Okay, Chad.
He's on scene.
I didn't mean to. I didn't
Okay,
want to
cool.
hurt anyone.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I'm good.
Good?
we're
Yeah.
past that point, okay,
I
Chad?
just got
His
to-
black bag that he kept on was fiddling with is on the counter right there.
What?
His black bag, he had a black Coach bag wrapped around him.
I'm sorry.
It was on his person.
I'm sorry. I love you guys. I love my mom.
Hobble him. Surround his knees.
Yep.
I love my brother. I want to go back to Venice. I'm sorry. I'll do anything. Just let me go back to my farm.
For these ones.
What?
For these ones, just wrap it.
Please.
Just put this around like this.
When we get him outside, guys,
Side it,
let's
side
have
it.
fire down him anyway.
Let's get pictures of him too,
My head.
No, really, I got it though. I got it.
I love you guys. I'm sorry for your hard work.
At least devious assault, obstructing,
Resisting.
resisting.
You guys keep the door?
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, can you do me a favor? I
And-
jumped to Halligan at a flat
Hey.
jack somewhere out there on the road.
Possibly unlawful imprisonment too, because that door was locked and he was in front of her.
Forward of that after we. Okay, cool.
Cool.
All right, so let's
Dude, his knees, legs are too
no,
big.
no. Let's have fire just right here. Let's have fire come in here and evaluate him real quick.
I'm sorry, guys. I'll do anything you want.
Okay, so Chad, what's gonna happen now is the fire department's gonna come look at you, okay? Are you hurt anywhere?
My wrist hurt.
Your wrist hurt, I believe that. Anywhere else?
No.
Okay. You're gonna have to go way down.
Yeah,
When we get done here,
well, we have one down there. We wanted to
Can
get
you
two on
take
him.
Photos of the damaged door and closet and all in here. Yep. Altori and Curl and Flowers after we're done. You guys are done. Okay. I mean, talk about it.
Okay.
Good job.
Thanks, Sarge.
Out of the way.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can work on all that stuff later, okay?
All right. I'll do anything you want.
Okay, well, right now
Hey,
the
man.
fire department's gonna come look
Hey
at
man,
you.
because fire's gonna ask, have you any drugs, alcohol in your system in the past 24 hours?
I might have some, honestly, I might have some marijuana.
That don't count, man. We're talking about illegal.
Like actual stuff?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Should we advise if it's retinol?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, man.
Hey man, you have the right to remain silent and you have the right to counsel, you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you say can be against you in court of law, you get that? Alright.
Did we double lock these? I double locked his left one. I didn't get a chance to do this one.
Okay.
There we go.
We just want you to check him out.
Cool. Is he
I'm sorry.
complaining of anything specific?
Wrist.
His wrist.
No, it's just, it's tight. It's tight.
Got it. What else hurts on you right now, dude?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay. History of psych and stuff? Or
No.
no clues as to that stuff?
Yeah,
You got a history of psych?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
If
Take meds for it?
No,
Bipolar?
I was diagnosed. My mother was bipolar.
Okay, are you bipolar or schizo?
I don't think so.
Okay. Has the doctor ever told you that you are bipolar or schizophrenic?
Yeah,
He has? Or she has?
he said I was bipolar.
Okay.
So just wait for the jail van. Yeah, so when the jail van gets here, we'll scoop him up and we'll carry him out. We'll lay him in the jail van, and then I want at least 3 going down to the jail.
Can I drive?
Not, well, yeah. Why don't you 3 go?
Yeah, I got it.
Since you guys are already
Yep.
involved, then I'll go down too.
I'm kind of wet.
You're wet? Yeah. Everybody's a little bit of wet.
I'm sorry.
So what happens when you fight in the bathroom?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You got it. He got it.
I love you guys.
John,
I've never
just
been in my life.
there you go.
I'm clearing,
That's
but
my
I got your
teammate.
stuff. I'll give it to you up there. Thanks, man.
That's my coach. That's my teammate. So I never been in my life. I love my family. I love my son.
Who's taking?
Santa Monica.
I got primary.
You guys are
Yeah.
Ben, do you want to slide lower down his leg? Try that.
ready for us?
I'm sorry. I gotta-
Maybe this one?
How we doing?
sorry, Wilbur.
Hey, Chad, this guy from the fire department wants to talk to you for a second, okay? What's his name? Chad. Hey, Chad, I'm Jesse. How you doing? Any physical pain?
Is he going to be able to take it?
Nothing?
Okay.
The handcuffs, okay. No other injuries anywhere else? Okay, do you have any medical conditions I need to know about? Alright, well I'm going to get a quick set of vitals once the officers are ready to roll you over, if that's ever going to be okay.
Yeah.
Alright, let me get that ready. Well, I can't roll on his back, we can roll him on the side.
Yeah.
Bipolar, man.
Hey, I'll roll him towards.
Towards me?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Baba.
Do we just want to...
Is Tom
Hey,
still at the station?
while fire's doing this,
No, he left.
if you do anything hinky or if you try pulling away, slipping any of your cuffs or the hobbles or anything like that, you're going to get dealt with, okay?
All right, I'm sorry.
You want to go this way?
We're gonna roll you to your right.
Call him.
Work with that. Oh, God, there's that.
You're gone? Okay.
Matt, will you hand me the large cup? Yep. You doing alright there, Chad? Okay. We're gonna get this done, then we're gonna get you out of here, okay? Get you out of these wet clothes.
Other than your handcuffs, do you have any pains? Any injuries or pain?
Hey, Chad, is it more comfortable for you to lay on your side like this or on your stomach?
I think, I'm not sure. I'll try my side for a little bit.
Okay.
That's
Surprisingly not mine.
Felt it vibrate enough.
Alright, Chad, do your best to be real still for me. You're doing great, man. Just taking your blood pressure right now, okay? Yeah, you're gonna feel a squeeze on your arm. That's just my blood pressure cuff.
We finally got him detained after some uses of force and whatnot.
Hey Chad, so this is what's going to happen after this, okay? We're going to bring down a bus. It's not like a school bus or anything, but it's our jail bus. Okay, we're going to load you in there, and then we're going to drive you down to the jail, okay? And then we're going to get to jail. We're going to book you down in the jail, get you processed. Okay? Yep. So I gave you your rights, but someone will read you your rights. Once we get you in the car, they'll read you all your rights and everything, okay? And you'll have a chance to call your attorney once you get down to the jail. Okay, but it's important. It's going to be helpful for you if you just cooperate between now and the time we go down to jail and at jail, okay?
Well, I'm not really sure.
Because you're a big guy, and that's, no one wants to deal with that, right? Okay.
And it's a bunch of guys who weren't tall enough to make it to the NFL, okay, man?
Well, I'm not sure either.
Pretty sure.
How are your ankles doing?
They're alright, they're good.
Okay.
In the bathroom.
You got any shoes you want to, do you have any slip-ons or sandals or anything?
I appreciate it. I just need the last name and DOB.
Yeah.
We're good.
Cool.
Slip these shoes on.
Do you want to just toss it on him since we're doing the mega movie?
Oh, yeah.
There's some black sandals we got right here.
Those slides? Yeah, they're slides, man.
I got one of them. Once we get you in the car, okay, we'll do that, okay?
Wheeler.
Wheeler.
I think you got it.
Offense or defense?
Offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle.
Did she just fall?
Who just fell?
Who's that?
Yeah.
I think victim's mom.
Sister.
Sister. Yeah, keep her out of here.
She's gone.
Still doing okay, Chad?
Can you let Bobbin know that Thompson's been raised? Fire suit good?
Yep,
Yeah.
we're good. Now we're just
waiting on the bus.
Is there a clear path for the van to drive right up here?
No.
They're
Okay.
Pretty close. You know, it's still gonna be a little bit of walk. Yeah.
Because he's a big guy.
Large individual.
yeah.
This is going to be a good 150, 200 yard carry.
Sweet.
If you give me my blue shoes, I'll walk for you.
It's past that now.
Yeah.
Might be on that.
Alright, that's fine.
Appreciate the offer, though.
What you can do, though, is when we get down to the jail, just cooperate with us there, okay?
Yes, sir.
Continue to cooperate with us like you are.
Are you suicidal, Mr. Wheeler?
Yes, sir. I love my life. I love my son. I was playing frisbee with him a day ago. I'm sorry. It's a big misunderstanding. I cut my hair.
Seems good. You want to switch out or anything?
We're good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, though.
Hey, Nixon.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Sarge. When you get pictures, pictures of your.
Okay. I'll wait as soon as everybody's out, then I'll start getting. Oh, okay.
Hey, Sarge, we'll let you know in about 20 yards.
20 what?
In about 20 yards if we need to switch.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. When they get out, is when I'll start taking photos.
Then, are you UOP today? Okay.
I think the 1, 2. I think everybody from the east is down here. You guys are the only ones from the 5 that made it inside.
Solid.
It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you're getting at?
Tess is with it. No. Because I was going to ask you, for the sake of my report, if I could see what you get from back there.
I'll let you look
Cool.
at the door.
Well, you can swap out if you want. You can go
Check out right now.
squeeze by a girl.
No, I've got to head down to the jail with him anyway. I'll just link up with you later, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whatever, dude. This guy actually crushing it again. 1 a.m. his day off. Fucking guy.
It's because my gym's closed.
You gotta stay in shape.
Yeah.
Couldn't breathe. It was all sweaty in there.
Yeah, dude. Was a little ripe. Was a little ripe. I've had a couple steaks in the past couple days. So.
Yeah.
I was supposed to have steak tonight.
Well,
Steak sounds pretty good.
Steak and lobster.
Steak and lobster.
I was never a fan of surf and turf, man.
Oh, you made this an out, man.
Not steak.
Lobster's not my jam.
Yeah.
What
I'm
about?
with you on that one.
Can I get some Indian food?
See, you can just give me like a good, like solid, like 14-ounce steak, a nice cigar.
Can I get a dosa?
See,
I'll just take a salad.
it's so cold in Maine, dude.
Okay, Lisa.
All right, Boston.
I'll go to Boston. I'd love to go there for St. Patty's Day.
Where are you gonna go?
I'd go nuts.
Where?
I said you change your mind on lobster if you go like.
Yeah, but what'd you call it?
Oh, to Boston?
What was it?
Boston.
All right, Mr. Lee, you still doing okay?
Boston.
Baston.
Okay.
Boston. Boston.
Oh.
All right, whatever.
All right. There you go. There. The accent
Guys,
right there.
guys, I've got the red hair. I know. I get it. I get it.
Yep. He's gonna come here and tell me to move my car.
Man, how long you been on the Seahawks for?
2 years.
2? Yeah.
We're gonna need 2 innings for sure.
Where'd you go to school at?
USC.
No
What
kidding.
do you say, USC?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Whatever.
We're the best college football program ever.
Baloney. Second best.
Best part about growing up in Southern California
Yeah.
is getting to go to USC, UCLA tailgates and just talk shit. And then because I couldn't afford to get into the game, a couple hours after the game watching the highlights, and then see like Troy Polamalu do something that's questionable.
So let's talk to my sergeant, okay?
Okay.
Talk. Are you? If we're gonna. Are you? If we let you walk out of here, okay, with some dignity, man, right? You're not gonna give us any problems. Okay. You want no more problems. You understand that?
Cody.
More problems after this gives you more
No,
problems
other
on
side.
the road, right?
Yeah.
Your actual left side.
Any other,
Did it fall out?
bad choices
Oh,
you make
no.
after
No,
this,
I
it's
took it
gonna
out
make
prior
things
to
harder for you, okay?
Yep, I got it.
To action.
I just
So what we're gonna do?
I saw an empty holster and I was like,
Once the van gets
or a
here,
pouch. Yeah, I saw an
we're
empty
gonna walk
pouch.
out and we're gonna walk with you to the van, okay?
Okay.
All right.
We'll still put him in the van though.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'd let you know, but I don't be recorded, okay? If no one told you.
Yeah, I don't.
Might have slipped my mind.
Shout out to Nick Cardial.
Who?
Nick Cardial,
Who's that?
my best friend.
Okay.
Where's she from?
Right? Not firewood to let us know.
Yeah.
San Marcos, California.
Is that where you grew up?
Yep. That's where I grew up.
Where'd you go to college at?
USC.
Go Cougs.
I think you just said, I'll take the head up. I think you just said, take the head up, Gareth.
I'm not sure. USC.
Is his other shoe over there?
One of his slippers is back
Hey.
by Vinny.
Yep, got one.
Where's your,
Hey, do you,
We may be on
boss,
top of it in all honesty.
outside of that black coach bag, do you have anything else here? Phone, charger, wallet, or is everything inside that bag? Okay, should everything be inside that bag? No? Okay. Where would your phone and or wallet be if they were not in that bag?
I think my wallet's in my jacket, my phone's by the couch.
Where's your jacket at?
On me.
The one
Oh, the one you got on you? Okay. And then you said phone's by the couch?
Yeah,
What kind of phone is it?
the iPhone,
What color?
the black.
Black iPhone. Is it the new one that's like a tablet?
Yeah, the new.
find it?
Yeah.
What do you listening to?
I think no. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I think it might be under this.
Under the
Yeah.
bus.
You feel like you're laying on a sandal, Chad?
Here you go.
Oh, no.
What's your screen?
No, there it is.
Let me see it.
What's
It's in
it?
the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Chad,
Cool.
is this your phone? Look right over here for me. Is that yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's gonna go with you.
All right.
We'll get your black bag. We'll make sure we get your black coach bag and anything else. Guys, there's no weapons, drugs, or anything like that that are inside your bag, correct?
No.
No?
Just weed.
Just weed? Okay.
We got some big giant shoes.
All right, Chad, I'm going to read you your rights, okay?
All right.
So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say
Yeah,
can be used
those
against
are-
you in a
those
court
are
of
him.
law. You have the right this time to talk to a lawyer and have a present to while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you for questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of the rights I explained to you?
Yeah.
Having the rights in mind, do you still want to talk to us? Okay. Time is
22, 26.
22:24. The date's Friday, January 22nd, 2021. You say you don't want to talk to us, Chad?
Okay.
See, like I said, once we get down to the jail, you'll be able to give your attorney a call, okay?
All right. I don't know what I don't know. I do have an attorney.
What was that?
My agent just called.
Okay. You have his phone number and everything?
Yeah.
Is it in your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as it's in your phone, the jail's usually pretty cool about letting people check their phones for people to call, okay? Well, it's kind of a two-way street. You're cool with them, they're cool with you.
Appreciate you calming down, man. I get it. Emotions are high and... Where's your son live? Venice?
Yeah.
Where do you
I love
live at?
Venice, man. I
Or where do
used
you
to
stay up
I used to
at?
skate there all the time.
What about in the city, where do you stay?
Yeah.
I was staying here in Catalina Apartments.
Where's the Catalina Apartments?
In Bellevue.
Bellevue.
I stay next to Tommy Champion.
Who?
Tommy Champion?
Tommy Champion.
Can't say I've ever met him, but I also don't follow foosball too much.
Is the Hubble swimmer?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you, Sophia. I'm sorry for you on this. I love you.
Hey,
I'm
Mel.
really sorry.
Is family still out there?
Not that I'm aware of. They went up to the
I was
hospital.
pretty
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nixon, are you 3872?
I love you. I'm so sorry.
He's all the way back there. Alright. Hey, Nixon.
Just grab his keys and throw it to someone. So I think he's getting pictures for us.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not my car.
Van's here. We just got to get the fire truck moved out of the way to get the van up to here, so I'll let you know in just a second.
Cool.
Kansas City
I
shuttle.
love you, Sophia Jimenez. I love you. I'm sorry. I love you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for doing this. Sophia. Kristen.
Are we back in primary?
Yeah, apparently. That's news to me.
Oh, good. I was listening for you, Vince.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I didn't get to do
I was
anything.
listening for you.
I appreciate you.
Yes.
Talk about it later.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the other sandal.
Yeah.
In the tub?
Still doing alright? Still doing alright?
I think so.
Is Van here now?
Yeah, we're
So watch me take the hollow off.
okay.
So we'll take these leg restraints off and what we talked about, right? It's a whole lot better you walking out of here than you getting carried out of here, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay.
What's up? Yeah, he's got the shoe. I'll grab his bag as well.
Let's roll it on your left side, okay?
Alright, come on, Dad. Help us out a little bit. Bring your knees to your chest, okay?
Yes, okay?
We'll get him on his bus first. We're going to sit you up on your bus.
Tuck your knees to your chest and we're going to squat. You're going to squat up and we'll use us to get you up, okay?
Make sense? Alright, remember, no problems, right? Alright, man.
You just want to breathe real quick or what?
Okay.
Alright, let's stand on up, man.
What are you going to say?
Okay.
Pretty sick.
We now have another RP because they were flagged down by that female that the vehicle was stolen and the boyfriend was on the hood of the car.
Boy.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday f***ing night.
TFK.
Good God, man. All right, Mr. Wheeler, you ready? Let's get this going, man.
Can I wipe my nose?
Whoa.
1, 2, 3.
There we go. Oh, good God.
Slip into those gunboats of shoes there.
That works real nice.
Who has a glove on?
I do.
Mine got ripped. You good, man? All right.
Zip right in there.
Okay, I'll push through with you.
How your wrist doing?
Okay.
That's why we've been out for a couple of weeks trying to carry you up those stairs.
Something missing.
Hey, yeah. You probably cracked that one open.
Back there?
Yeah, there's seatbelt him in.
Seatbelt fit you. Stay right there, okay? Take her up, man. I'll take that.
Good luck, man, okay?
I got it set on.
Yeah, you, Sarge, I think you and I both do. I'm going down to the jail, so I'll give you your test back.
No, I'm going to go down there too.
Okay.
I just want to, when the door's closed, we'll talk to you guys real quick.
And in recording, then we'll
All right, Mr. Wheeler, just so you know, you're being audio and visually recorded again, okay?
I'm just cold.
I gotcha.
Okay, watch your head when you're going, okay? Thank you.
You want to go in and buckle him? Yeah, I'm not fitting in there. Where do you guys put this stuff?
Put it in the side.
Oh.
Go ahead and sit on this side. We'll get the heat on, okay?
Alright, I'm gonna go get my gun and I'll be right there.
Subscribe to Plunder. On Friday, January 22nd, 2021, at 21:46 hours, that's 9:46 p.m., Kent Police Department officers in Washington State were dispatched to Berkeley Heights Apartments, 22623 91st Way South Apartments, number G202 in Kent, Washington. That's where football player Chad Wheeler used to live, and the situation was so dangerous and volatile that paramedics were advised to hang back and stage until police could determine if the dangerous NFL player known as Chad Wheeler had been subdued enough by cops so that paramedics could render help to his victim, girlfriend Alleah Taylor. Alleah Taylor had run out of the bedroom where Chad attacked her and into the bathroom where he picked the lock after a conversation about her not being pregnant turned volatile. Listen to the 911 call.
What is it that's happening?
I'm being killed. Please help me now. Oh, my arm's dislocated. Sir, have them come in this room now.
No. Questions that I'm asking you.
Alleah had good reason to fear the man who had already fractured her humerus, her funny bone, and, it was no laughing matter though, choked her into unconsciousness twice. She didn't want Chad to hear her calling 911, so she also texted 911, telling cops, "Please come in, he's trying to kill me, break down the door now." We're going to listen to that police dispatch as they responded to the call. Alleah also texted family members and friends as her boyfriend of 6 months seemingly went crazy. Listen as cops responded to the crisis, with paramedics even being instructed to stage and hold back and stay back because it's a dangerous, urgent situation that cops had to get under control.
Agent 371, respond on fire 2, do a response for aid. You're advised to stage Berkeley Heights, 226, 23, 91st Way South, George 202. Agent 371, fire 2, do a response for aid at Berkeley Heights. You're advised to stage 226, 23, 91 Way South, number George 202, fire 1's clear.
Fire CUA 370 is with patient.
The patient at 2148.
We're staged at the entrance to the complex, and could you start one treatment?
Affirm. Just be advised, I don't know if you want to back out a little bit further, but PD just called a code 2 on this.
371, okay. Thank you. We're kind of stuck and trapped by PD now. But if you want to stage at the entrance to the complex, there's a chance we got multiple patients. I'll update you. Just stay out of service down there by the entrance. So it's on location now. We're face-to-face with PD. We have one yellow patient right now. I'll update.
I copy face-to-face with PD, one yellow so far, 2205.
We have 2 patients.
Alleah's conversation with her boyfriend of 6 months about not being pregnant devolved into the massive football player, his 6 feet 7 inch, 310-pound body described as the ideal size to play tackle in the NFL, a physical run blocker, hunting her down from the bedroom to the bathroom as she attempted to escape to safety. The EMTs likely said they had 2 patients. Perhaps one was a police officer. We're going to hear in detail how it took several cops to get Chad to stop resisting arrest. We will examine the court documents to see what this massive man did when confronted by police. It's not clear who the 2 patients were that the EMTs were referencing, but Alleah was definitely one of them. The other patient might have been Chad as a result of his strong resistance to police. So that night, officers were dispatched to the domestic dispute. Alleah called 911 and she reported indeed that she was being killed. She stands only 5 feet 9 inches and weighs 145 pounds in comparison to Wheeler's massive 6 feet 7 inches and his 318-pound listed weight. Officers arrived and heard screaming from the inside. They forced entry into the apartment, and while clearing the apartment, observed a pool of blood on the comforter of the bed adjacent to the bathroom. Officers entered the bathroom where they found Taylor and Wheeler. Her face was covered in blood, left arm was limp at her side, and she had urinated on herself. Wheeler was standing behind her. He yelled, "Sorry, and I don't beat women," as officers attempted to detain him. Wheeler, using his immense strength and athleticism, prevented officers from handcuffing him. He fought off 3 fully uniformed officers in the small bathroom and was only detained after officers resorted to using hand strikes and tasers. When asked by Officer Melville if she thought she was going to die, Taylor responded, "I thought I already had." In 2 statements, one recorded to Officer Melville, Taylor described the following. Earlier on 1/22/2021, Wheeler and Taylor had discussed the fact that she was not pregnant. Wheeler texted a picture of himself with a shaved head, which concerned her as his long hair is his thing. She also believed he suffered from bipolar disorder and had not been taking medication. She returned home and described Wheeler as going downhill during the day and becoming more emotional. That night, she tried to talk to Wheeler about what was wrong, but he was in a dark place. Without provocation, Wheeler stood over her and told her to bow down to him. She was confused. She started crying and asked what he meant. Wheeler grabbed her by the neck, throwing her onto the bed. Wheeler strangled her with both hands while straddling her chest. At some point, he removed one of his hands from her neck and began forcing it down her throat, then using it to cover her nose and mouth, all while still strangling her with his other hand. Taylor described to Officer Melville, "I remember before I blacked out him choking me and like stuffing his fingers down my throat and like covering my face." Officer Melville could see bruising and abrasions at the back of her throat. She told Officer Melville that at some point she tried to turn away and crawl away. She said, "I think that's when he yanked my arm to yank me back." She lost consciousness. After she awoke after an unknown amount of time, Chad noticed she was awake. He pinned her down and without speaking began strangling her again. She again lost consciousness. When she awoke, dazed, and looked in a nearby mirror, she saw blood on her face. Wheeler came into the bedroom door and with a cold, surprised voice remarked, "Oh, you're still alive." Taylor fled to the bathroom and locked the door behind her. Wheeler stayed in the living room, calmly eating and drinking a smoothie. Taylor told Officer Melville, "I could hear him in the living room, just so calm." She called 911 and contacted others for help, including Wheeler's father. She heard Wheeler on the phone say he was just chillin'. Taylor heard police outside and decided to open the bathroom door. As she did so, Wheeler walked into the bathroom and she started screaming. That's what we heard on the previous 911 call. As of January 26, 2021, medical imaging has revealed that Alleah has a fractured left humerus and dislocated left elbow. The damage to her arm requires orthopedic surgery, for which she has been referred. Medical staff discovered she had opacities in her lungs, indicating she had aspirated fluid. The sclera of her left eye was almost completely red, consistent with petechia sustained after strangulation. She has lesions on her throat, and her tongue is swollen. She has not been able to eat normal meals due to the pain and has vomited large amounts of blood. She has also been experiencing chest pain and difficulty breathing. Her face was swollen, consistent with having been punched, although she could not remember being struck while conscious, and believes it must have happened while she was unconscious. These are the reports and the injuries, indicating that Chad may have even punched her while she was passed out. Chad and Taylor had been dating for around 6 months without any notable issues. She was aware that Chad suffers from bipolar disorder and is medicated, but he's not been taking his medication recently. She told Officer Melville that Chad has had a rough week and had a manic episode this evening. She said it was not provoked by an argument of any sort. All of a sudden, Chad snapped into a dark place and told Taylor to stand up and bow down to him. And that's when she refused. He grabbed her by the neck and threw her on the bed. At that point, he was an offensive lineman with the Seattle Seahawks. Thankfully, he's not anymore, although social media has a lot to say about Chad's treatment in comparison to others. Meanwhile, Alleah was strong enough to write a statement and appear in court. She spoke out. According to the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, Alleah wanted the court to consider Chad's custody status. She wrote in her statement, "I want you to know that I believe as long as he is out of custody, I am not safe. When Chad attacked me, he first sat on top of me, choked me, stuffed his fingers down my throat, and covered my nose and mouth with his hands. I begged him to stop. When I tried to get away, he broke and dislocated my arm. When I came to, he strangled me again, rendering me unconscious a second time. When I awoke a second time, covered in my own blood, he said, 'Wow, you're alive.' When I locked myself in the bathroom to call police, I could hear him speaking coolly to his father over the phone. Chad never called the police even though he thought I was dead. Now, Chad is out of custody, staying in a hotel, watching this play out on social media. This current status places my safety at risk, and I do not believe that a protective order or a condition of release is sufficient to keep me safe. Indeed, people are applauding Alleah Taylor for going public. Again, she published and released to the press the photos of her injuries. There's a link below if you want to see those photos. They are just harrowing, but it shows you what she went through. This case is heated, and of course there's an interracial factor, the domestic violence factor, and Alleah was strong enough again to come public, and she spoke in an interview saying why she went to court. She didn't want Chad and his lawyers to railroad her and say anything about her and victim blame. Take a look at a snippet of her interview.
That he had that power over me, that I wasn't going to defend myself. And I thought, how easy would that be for him and his legal team to be able to say whatever they want without having to look me in the eye, without the judge having to see what he did to me.
You were determined.
Yeah.
Do you think he should serve prison time for what he did to you?
Yes. Yes. I definitely do think that he should. I definitely do believe that he needs to understand the consequences of what he did. And other people need to understand the consequences of what he did and should be outraged by what.
Plenty of people are outraged that Chad, instead of being remanded to jail, he was allowed to stay for a time and leave the Lowe's Hotel located at 1000 First Avenue in Seattle in order to visit potential residential properties for the purpose of securing a residence during pendency of this matter. So while determining what will happen to Chad, he was able to watch, as Alleah said, the whole thing play out on social media from the beautiful vantage point of the Lowe's Hotel. The place where he's also staying at this point, he's left the Lowe's Hotel and he has found another temporary residence, perhaps prior to going to prison. And the new place where he's staying is just as luxurious. And this matter is causing such a heated reaction on social media. We'll take a look at some of the responses later. But he's able to just stay steps away from vibrant Alki Beach, a wonderful townhome just a block away from Puget Sound, with an open floor plan featuring kitchen, dining area, living room, half bath, upper level with a large master suite with vaulted ceilings and double closets. Spacious entry-level room, could be used for an office. Perhaps he'll do a lot of his legal research there. A media room, a workout room. Is he still working out, or is he truly pensive and sorry for what he did? Time will tell, but in the meantime, I have been requesting all police body cam video, any 911 calls I can. Alleah had requested that they hold Chad in custody in the King County Jail and that he's not released, but they released him. If the court will not do this, she asked that he be required to serve his time on closely monitored 24/7 home detention at his family home in Los Angeles. They did not do that. Obviously, he's not in LA. I object to him serving his time in Seattle, which places me at risk, his victim said. I also object to him serving his time essentially on vacation in Hawaii like he apparently wanted. He and I were supposed to be on vacation together at that location, Alleah said. Instead, I am here undergoing medical treatment, handling a barrage of attention and abuse on social media, and dealing with the ramifications of this horrific attack. Permitting Chad to serve his time in Hawaii under these circumstances is not acceptable. Thank you for taking the time to hear. From me. So the court may have heard from her, but they didn't grant her wishes. He's not in jail, and he's not outside of the Seattle area. And for some reason, the judge set his bail at a lower amount than prosecutors asked. It was set at $400,000, and Chad has to remain in the King County area, and he is on electronic home detention with a bracelet. His next court dates were initially scheduled for February 11th, and I really tried to get the audio for that. Apparently, he did not appear in court there was no hearing apparently on February 11th, according to my contacts, but a trial date is set for June 1st. Now, his criminal charges are first-degree domestic violence assault, domestic violence unlawful imprisonment, and resisting arrest. I don't exactly know what happened to any murder or attempted murder charges. Strangely enough, there was a second-degree murder charge, not even attempted, when I was digging through the court documents. Apparently they thought he had done away with her. And my hunt for the mugshot booking photo for Chad Wheeler took hours. It cannot be easily obtained unless Chad gives me permission directly to obtain it from King County, Washington, or a judge signs a subpoena, or his attorney releases it. So it kind of sucks that King County or Washington State as a whole has that law in place, because I want to see the mugshot. I want to see him with his freshly shorn, shaved head and the crazy look in his eyes. But apparently it's something King County does. They'll black out a lot of faces until a certain period of time. But on social media, people are going nuts. They're like, look, why were they able to just subdue him without shooting him as others may have been shot? People are really rallying behind Alleah Taylor and saying, look, what's the holdup with Chad Wheeler getting punished or not getting special favors? Because of course football players like Ray Rice, and rightly so, didn't receive special treatment. And of course on Google they're going crazy. They want to know who Chad Wheeler's girlfriend is, his net worth. They want to see the video, the body cam video. We'll see if they release it. You can imagine this huge football player, some people mistakenly thought she was his wife, this huge Seattle Seahawks football player, you know, tensing his muscles against 3 cops. They want to see Chad Wheeler's arrest. We haven't seen that video yet. And we have seen photos of his girlfriend, not his wife. But people are leaving comments, why is he out? That man can find some way to hurt her. Someone was fearing that he would get out. And they're saying, look, that wasn't domestic violence. It's attempted murder. I believe they should know it could be both. It could have definitely led to that. They're calling the charges a joke. They're saying, look, he thought he had already killed her. This was attempted murder. So it's not clear why that charge was changed. And people don't appreciate him blaming it on a manic episode. And they're thinking he had this manic episode, but he's still out. Shaking my head. Now, he is, you know, monitored with an electronic device, but he's not imprisoned. People are saying, look, this is how women basically are put in danger by their abusers. They're saying shame on the court for doing this. And indeed, it wasn't a fair match at all. And you can see that it says in the court documents that Chad Wheeler responded to the officers by tensing his muscles and refusing to allow himself to be detained, moved, or in any way controlled. At least one taser application was made directly to his body with little effect. This is bringing up the conversation of, was it potentially something like steroids or CTE, but Chad has had prior incidences and run-ins with police. Not only did I find an offense of inattentive driving by defendant Chad Brandon Wheeler, when his criminal history was compiled, I found other troubling incidences that spoke to his state of mind or violent tendencies. It seems Alleah Taylor was born January 15, 1994, the same year as Chad, so she turned 27 just 1 week prior to the incident on January 22nd. And Chad turned 27 just a few days after Alleah. I'm not sure how they celebrated their birthdays. I'm not sure if it was Chad's disillusionment or disenchantment, perhaps, with not making it into the Super Bowl. Who knows why he was in the state of mind that he was in and why he took it out on his girlfriend. But there were prior incidents that led to something like this happening, with people claiming Chad actually went crazy and punched walls in the past. According to the LA Times, Chad Wheeler in December 2015 was involved in an incident at an off-campus apartment in which he was detained by police and then transported under protective custody to a local hospital for a psych evaluation. During that incident, police responded to calls that a disorderly Wheeler was punching walls and windows while barricaded inside an apartment near USC's campus with a 20-year-old female friend and her 7-month-old son. Wow, Wheeler exited the residence, but then, ignoring police commands, returned inside. Police, fearing he would grab a weapon, subdued Wheeler by firing multiple beanbag rounds. Wheeler missed USC's Holiday Bowl appearance. USC coach Clay Helton said at the time that Wheeler was dealing with a personal issue. Zach Banner, another former Trojans offensive lineman who roomed with Chad Wheeler at USC, said on Twitter that Wheeler is someone completely different than my roommate and brother at SC. That leads me to wonder if it is perhaps too many concussions. I watched him take a hard hit by Sierra's man Russell Wilson, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with it, not to excuse it. Even Taylor didn't know. She said, to be honest, I don't know what prompted him. He went and ate dinner after doing this to me. He didn't take the same approach with the cops as he did with me, which kind of leads you to know. Now, this guy has a history of going against cops, as we just read in that LA Times piece, and now again with Taylor. So it's not like he was still in that manic mode, you know. But Taylor said in the interview she has a concussion and she has to get regularly checked, and now she has these bolts and a steel plate that she's going to have forever in her arm. The first-degree domestic violence assault is a Class A felony in Washington, and domestic violence unlawful imprisonment is a Class C felony. So if Chad is convicted, he could be sentenced from 8 to 12 years in prison. We will see how much time he actually gets in real life. Also, you've got to wonder if folks knew about Chad's troubles and kind of hid them because he was a good football player. We're looking forward to potentially a March 18th case-setting hearing and an omnibus hearing scheduled for May 4th. At least that's what's scheduled for now. But looking back on some of these articles and the news of how long it took the Seattle Seahawks to cut Chad Wheeler, in researching Chad Wheeler's history of that violent episode with that young lady and her 7-month-old baby in the past, you know, punching walls and breaking glass, was Chad Wheeler treated with kid gloves, you know, with the cops having to subdue him with beanbag pellets instead of potentially taking a harder line. There was a great article in the newstribune.com written by Greg Bell. He said at this point back on January 27th, the Seahawks had not cut Chad Wheeler already because they didn't have to. Now we know that was 5 days after the incident, but the offensive tackles contract ended with the end of the 2020 season, but the 3-year NFL veteran can be restricted free agent in March, but Seattle almost certainly will not tender him a contract offer and will instead send him away as an unrestricted free agent. Still, a clear, unequivocal denunciation of Wheeler for his alleged actions with his girlfriend last weekend would work right now. I applaud Greg Bell for writing this. The Seahawks have said nothing more than Monday night's statements that they were aware of Wheeler's jailing following his arrest on a felony domestic violence charge from an alleged incident with his girlfriend in an apartment in Kent Friday night, and that the team was still gathering information. So while the team was still gathering information, of course people were going a little nuts on social media, as they should, and other places, wondering when Chad was going to be cut. Wheeler, who again turned 27 in January, we know he was arrested and booked into the King County Jail at 1:19 a.m. It flowed into Saturday. And even though the prosecuting attorney's office asked a King County district judge to hold Wheeler on bail of $500,000, that's $500,000, Judge Joe Campagna set Wheeler's bail at $400,000, which is strange. If the prosecutor asked for more, why would the judge set it a little bit lower? But the judge did issue a no-contact order for Wheeler, and with the alleged victim all the way through March 8th, according to records. And again, he's not required to or expected to attend probable cause hearing and other hearings. Indeed, we're going to look at a paperwork filed which stated he would only be in court when it was absolutely necessary or streamed by video, what have you, based on the rules. And it's so true. Wheeler almost assuredly will have played his last game for the Seahawks and perhaps in the NFL. So indeed, one thing that is also angering people who suffer from bipolar disorder or manic episodes or take medication or miss their medication, they are saying, look, he shouldn't blame his mental health state on violence. Just because you suffer from a mental health condition or bipolar disorder does not mean you're going to go out and do this to your girlfriend or significant other. So it's kind of like a cop-out. And now that we're uncovering this history of Chad Wheeler's violence against police, you know, non-compliance, avoiding arrest, all these things, they are not sitting well with folks watching from the sidelines and social media. I think this case will end up being huge just to see, because he was an NFL, I won't call him a star, I don't think he was that popular, but an NFL player, will he get special treatment? Let's hope this case doesn't go the O.J. Simpson route or some other route of injustice. In the meantime, subscribe and view the playlist below, and I will update this playlist as I find out more information about this case. I've been digging in deep. I purchased documents. I've been requesting the January 22nd body cam footage, all of the 911 calls. You know how we hear them broken up in different parts. I just want to hear everything. I found this quite sad, where they placed in the court documents how serious strangulation is, potentially lethal. People who have been non-fatally strangled are 8 times more likely to become a victim of further violence. Previously, the trial date was set for April 4th. Apparently, it has been pushed back to June 1st. I'm not sure if it'll be pushed back anymore, but of course, prosecutors, attorneys need more time to gather all of this evidence and information. And of course, Chad signed a waiver of presence, so he waives his presence at all the hearings where his presence is not necessary, so we can expect that. So please subscribe and turn on your notifications if you want any future videos and to be warned about future videos about this case, because I hope justice is served. I hope Alleah can heal. Matthew 5:43 through 45, you have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy, but I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. Some verses are kind of sometimes hard to hear, but good to hear. I lean on this a lot. I always say, pray for those who persecute you. Pray for your enemies. Thanks for watching.